My gratitude for all the people that allowed us in your living room here today, here at the Alpha Tent. Bob, our hats off to Alpha Project and all that you guys do. I work for St. Vincent de Paul Village, partner agency to Father Joe's Villages, and we happen to, provide probably the largest provider of residential services in Southern California. And we have a lot of innovative services, and that's what it takes to reach out to everybody. But we were really excited when the United Way came up with the brainchild of Project 25 and the Project 25 Frequent User Initiative. We were able to get a lead agency for this project and reach out to a group that we don't think has been probably reached by traditional services, and they really needed another look to kind of reach out after it. In 2010, 35 of the chronically homeless people cost the community more than $4.2 million, including 1,418 emergency room visits, 1,563 days in the hospital, 890 days in jail. When we started outreach in 2011, probably 14% of the people on the original list before outreach started had died in that first year before we began the outreach. So it's a very fragile population, definitely in need of services. I'll give you a little story, about one of the folks on, that we worked with. This is Big Al. Oh yeah. And, Big Al had 34 ambulance rides in 2010. All of our data came from 2010. We identified who the most frequent users were by getting data from all the emergency services in San Diego. An unprecedented collaboration. Great idea by United Way, and a great effort. So we had 34 ambulance rides from him, 56 ER visits in a single year, 14 hospitalizations with 53 total days in the hospitals, 41 days in jail. Chronic alcoholic with several chronic physical health problems. He had SSI, but usually within 2 to 8 days of getting his check, he'd be all out of money, which perpetuated his homelessness. Now, in the last 12 months, Big Al has been permanently housed at Via Harvey Mandel, one of our permanent housing facilities. And he pays his own rent. He's got other bills, and he's assisted by supportive services and payee services through Project 25. He's only had 2 ER visits in a year compared to what he had in the baseline year. Only 1 hospitalization with 5 days stay. He meets with Project 25 probably almost daily, and he still drinks, but he's cut his drinking in half. And he still drinks enough to probably kill me, but he's cut his drinking in half to where he is managing, he's maintaining housing, he's meeting with his doctor. So it's an incredible progress, and we really had to take a look at how to define progress for this group. So the program that's making a difference basically is Project 25. We were tasked with getting the collaboration of emergency services agencies to come up with who are the most frequent users, who is coming in and out of here, who does it seem like is not getting kind of help they need to not have to live in constant crisis like this. So we got that list, and we began doing outreach to look for them. And that outreach took a collaboration of all the homeless services agencies in this area, and like I said, for us it was an unprecedented collaboration to be able to make this work and find these folks. And we ended up finding 35 of the most frequent users of the emergency services in San Diego. And our method was a housing first model, meaning these folks don't really make it in a lot of traditional services. So what are we going to do for these folks? We'll put them in housing, and then we'll find the supportive services and provide the intensive case management and supportive services that it takes to make it work for them, and it's working. A lingering problem, and I got to go along with Kelly on this, we believe that all the services that we currently provide for the homeless are valuable services, and they work for many of the people here. We're not talking about saying Project 25 is better or anything like that. What we're saying is we have constantly, even within the village, had to take a look at the population we were serving and the changing face of the homeless to be able to adapt the services so that we made sure we reached out and met the people where they were at and did the things that worked. With Project 25, the United Way allowed us the freedom to be able to adapt our services and our approaches to meet this group and make it work for them. And we think all of the type of services in the community meet the populations that they serve, just like what's going on here in the tent, what happens in the village, and now what we're able to do with Project 25 and some of the other approaches that are out there. What we feel is that we need to constantly be alert and aware that we need the kind of funding that helps us be able to continue to be creative, to adapt and make creative services to reach out to the changing face of the homeless as it presents upon our doorstep and on our streets. You know, and so like I said, I think that's a lot along the lines of what Kelly said a minute ago. And again, I just want to thank everybody for letting us be here, and we appreciate being able to represent at this meeting here today. Thank you, boys.